Now let's assemble the body and shell together. For the body, the slip stitch side indicates the back side of the octopus. So this is the front side of the body. Align the front of the body with the front of the shell horizontally. Insert the octopus body into the octopus shell, gently pressing it in place. If the shell feels too loose, try using the needle and yellow yarn to sew the two pieces, shell and body, together after the eyes installation. Take out 8 tentacles. Sew all 8 tentacles evenly spaced around the underside of the octopus body, placing them right next to each other to form a stable and balanced base. Thread the yarn tail of tentacles through the yarn needle. Sew the first one on the midline stitches with 2 stitches away from the front edge of the shell. Insert the needle in the stitch right under the front end of the yarn tail and bring it up under the next stitch. Draw the yarn through. Repeat 1 stitch into the edge stitch of the tentacle and draw a yarn through. Continue with 1 stitch on the body and 1 stitch on the tentacle to connect the 2 parts. Repeat around the tentacle. Now, insert the needle into next stitch on the tentacle and draw yarn through. Repeat with 1 more stitch at the beginning to cover the first stitch. Insert the needle into the edge stitch of tentacle again, draw yarn through. Don't pull tight. Insert needle back into the ring left between the stitches and pull tight to make a knot. And insert the needle inside and pull yarn through somewhere on the other side of the body. Slide the needle under the stitches, not over, so the yarn tail stays hidden within the fabric. Repeat to hide the yarn tail. Cut off the yarn and pull tight. Now, finish sewing 1 tentacle on, placing the tentacles right next to each other to form a stable and balanced base. We need to sew the other 7 tentacles onto the shell in the same way. Now we've finished sewing the tentacles onto the octopus body. Now let's paste the safety eyes of the octopus. We need to add the safety eyes on round 9 of the body, with 3 stitches between them. This is the center point on round 1 of the body. Count 9 rounds down. Locate the stitch on round 9 that aligns vertically with the center stitch of round 1. Count 2 stitches to the left and add the left safety eye here. Take out the glue stick and melt it with a lighter. Apply the melted glue stick to the position marked by the needle. Quickly press the eye into place before the glue sets. Gently press it with your finger until the glue sets. Finish one eye, install the right eye on the stitch with 3 stitches on right in the same way. If you find that the position of the pulp is a little offset, you can adjust it yourself. Next, let's apply blush under the eyes. Use your fingertip to pick up a small amount of blush and gently apply it below the eyes in an even layer. Now we have finished apply blush on the face. Now let's sew up the mouth of the octopus. Thread the black yarn through the yarn needle and tie a knot at the end to embroider the mouth. We need to embroider the mouth on the middle 2 stitches on round 10. Insert the needle into the stitch a few away from target stitch on the right side. Bring it out from the right stitch of the left safety eye on round 10. Insert needle into the stitch with 1 stitch to the right and bring it out of the bottom left stitch. Put the yarn under the needle between the above 2 stitches and draw yarn through to make a V shape. Insert the needle back into the same stitch and bring it out of the top right stitch. Insert needle into the stitch with 1 stitch to the right. and bring it out of the bottom left stitch. Put the yarn under the needle between the above 2 stitches and draw yarn through to make a V shape. Reinsert the needle into the same stitch and bring it out of the first stitch where we insert the needle. Now we have finished embroidering the mouth. Tie a knot on the original knot. Insert the needle into the same stitch. And draw yarn through somewhere on the other side of the body to hide the knot. Cut off the yarn and hide the yarn tail inside. Now we have finished Octopus.